The following BLTV program is brought to you by O'Flaherty Law. Please enjoy.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome back to this episode, or the next episode of the Seize Your Business podcast. My name is Bryan McDonald from OnPurpos Growth. And today I have with me Ron Bandyk from the Grout Medic. What the Seize Your Business podcast is all about is helping entrepreneurs, business owners, people who are looking to grow their business. We offer insights, tactics, methodologies, strategies, mindsets to help people do that so they can seize their business and grow it however they like. So today what we're going to be talking about with Ron is about ways to leverage customer-centric technology to grow your business. And Ron and I were talking before, what you guys are about to hear is going to be really, really interesting. I've been on the side of the technology we're going to talk about, so it'll be super interesting. So Ron, thanks for coming on, and why don't you give a little bit of background to everybody about yourself and your business before we dive in?
Sure. Well, yeah, I'm the owner of the Grout Medic. We're based out of Naperville. We've been in business for over 23 years. We do tile, grout, and natural stone maintenance and repairs primarily. Any kind of tile, grout, or natural stone issues you might have in your home or in a commercial environment, we can generally take care of. We use a lot of natural processes, high temperature steam to do a lot of the cleaning things that we do. And so we don't use any harsh chemicals and leave the environment safe for pets and children and such once we go through that process. We have been lucky to have good people throughout our history, and some things that distinguish us from some of our competitors. With Angie's List, we've received their Super Service Award the last 6 years.
Wow.
Home Advisor has designated us as an elite provider based on reviews we've gotten from people who've used us through there, and we're members of the Better Business Bureau and have an A+ rating with them. And so those are some things that distinguish us and demonstrate, our ability to stand behind what we do. So
awesome. Well, thanks, man. And really what we're going to talk about is the way you stand out in regards to customer service, because what you've described to me is a phenomenal way to be connected to customers, serve them better. So why don't you give an overview of the technology that you guys are using in your business to not only serve customers but to grow it?
Okay. Well, yeah, one thing that I heard for years, and we've always tried to address, is the communication aspect. And I think that's a common issue among contractors and businesses like ours. People would tell me that they called one of our competitors and they never even heard back from them. And so we've always tried to focus on that. But about a year ago, we moved to a system that really kind of helped us take it to the next level. And we've gotten a lot of good positive feedback from it. The system that we're on now, we use for all of our customer management and our scheduling. And so it starts at the very beginning when a customer calls in to schedule an estimate with us. We get all of their information, their email information, and usually people are calling on a mobile phone. If that's available, we'll make sure that we note that in our system. And so they get an email confirmation once they schedule an estimate with us, and that email confirmation will detail out when we're coming, the window of time when we're going to be there, but it'll also have a picture of the person coming out, which is usually me, to do the estimates, so that they're not surprised. So when I show up at the door, it's a somewhat familiar face because they've seen it in the email. And then when we are on our way, in addition to the email that's come out, and a reminder email goes out the night before if it's been scheduled, in advance. When I leave the previous estimate, I go into that system and denote that I'm on my way to the next house. and it syncs up with Google Maps and determines how long it's going to take me to get there. And then depending on what way the customer is asked, they'll either receive a email notification that we're on our way, a text message notification that we're on our way, or there's even a robocall option. So if somebody wants to get a phone call, it'll auto dial that and let them know that the technician or the person coming for the estimate is on their way. And so just today, I had a customer that commented on just how nice the system was in just making sure that, you know, there was very clear communication and everything worked out as they expected.
So, so what is it about? Why do people why do clients, customers in your arena, why do they appreciate the fact that there is this good communication, that, you know, they're given a really good estimate of when you're going to show up, and that picture's in there? Why do they appreciate that?
Well, I think, you know, nowadays people are probably more concerned than in the past about letting people into their home. And so it's nice to, you know, certainly they're expecting us if they've scheduled the estimate, but to have seen who's going to be coming is certainly helpful. They feel more comfortable. And I think it's just, you know, more communication is always better. Getting the message when somebody's on their way, you know, the previous email that gives them the photograph of somebody who's coming, and then the next kind of step. Oh, hello?
Oh, we're here.
Oh, I lost your image there. Oh, there you are. I must have hit the pad. So if a customer schedules a job with us, then they receive an email through our system that details out when the appointment is scheduled for, and then that will have a picture of the technician who's going to be coming to do the work. So it's, you know, another face that they can see. So when that person shows up at the door to do the work, you know, it's not a surprise, or they're not wondering if this really is the person. So I think, you know, a lot of people appreciate that. Some people it you know, isn't as important to, but there's certainly a number of people where it is important. Well,
I can you know, honestly say, as a user, as a customer to a piece of technology like this, not in your business, in a different business, not expecting it, I was blown away at how well and how great the experience was, because I knew what the guy's face was. That the one company in the text message actually put in information about the person, right? Like, he's got a family and this. It just made me feel, right? It made me feel, because we have, and I think a lot of people out there have bad experiences with contractors. This just seemed like superstar service, right? Something I didn't expect, and it made me feel comfortable. I knew who it was going to be at the door, and I knew, you know, what to expect. And the time frame was, you know, usually they give like those 4-hour windows, right? And this was, you know, within like 30 minutes when the guy was going to come. So it's, you know, as your client said today, and as I'm saying, it's a great experience. It changes the way I view interacting with that service provider.
Yeah, I think, you know, it probably crosses over a lot of businesses. You know, I mean, we're very proud of what we do and how we do it, but we're certainly not the only ones who do what we do. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, you look for ways that you can distinguish yourself. And I think a common issue that you hear from customers quite a bit is the communication and, you know, being on time and reliable. I mean, I've had people talk about having estimates that were scheduled and nobody ever showed up, let alone, you know, being late. So, you know, that type of experience is common enough to where when somebody sees something like what we have, or what you experienced, you know, it really does stand out. And you know, that helps to distinguish us from some of the other companies we might be competing with.
Yeah.
And it, you know, ultimately, you know, to the point of the podcast, is a way to help you grow your business. You know, it does distinguish you. And so if, you know, all other things are equal in the background of the companies you're considering and prices are reasonable, you know, it's something that can tip the scales in your favor to get those jobs.
Mm-hmm. And you also were telling me this is not where the system stops. Like when you show up, you're able to use the system after you get there. Why don't you explain to people how you're using that as well?
Yeah, so the system is fully integrated in our business process. So I arrive, and in that system, I go through to do the estimates. So we have a lot of drop downs for the different services and the rooms that we do work in. They're all pre-populated, and so I can go through and develop the estimate using those tools. But I also then am able to, with an iPad that I use for doing that, take pictures of the area. And sometimes we'll get projects, for example, where grout is cracked or grout's missing, and sometimes people don't even realize that or look at it that closely. And so we can snap a picture of that, and it gets included with the proposal that ultimately, when we're done, gets emailed to them. So at the end of every estimate, I will pull up on the iPad a preview of the proposal in a print, it looks like a printed form, a PDF type of document. And I kind of walk through that with them and then communicate that I'll be, before I leave, sending them an email that I'll have a link that'll open up to that document. And then that document, as I said, has the pictures so they can, see that if they have any questions about what we're talking about down the road, or somebody's showing it to a significant other who's a part of the decision-making process, that all is right there for them. And then that document, when they open it up, has an accept button. So, it has our contact information if they want to call us to schedule a job, but it also has a button they can click to accept the proposal, and that triggers us to contact them to schedule the job. So that's very nice. And then once the job is scheduled, as I said, they'll get an email from the system automatically confirming the date and time that we're going to be doing the work. It'll have information on the technician who's coming out to do that. A reminder is sent out the night before. And then, from our perspective, and one of the things that's important to us is getting customer reviews. We'll have customers who will go out and check us out on Angie's List or Yelp or whatever. And, it's hard sometimes to get those reviews and get people to post those. But when we're done with a job, the technician goes in, closes the job out. They send an email that'll have a receipt for the customer. And that email has the cover letter that has links to different review sites that we try to get people out to, and ask them, if they were happy with the work, to go out and please post some feedback on how they thought we did. And that has helped to get more reviews out there for us. And that's just another thing that helps to distinguish us in the sales process, and I think ultimately get us more work.
Yeah. So it not only gives your customers a better experience through the sales process, but what it sounds like is it actually gives you better results on getting the reviews, the good reviews of your business, which is very important.
Absolutely. And then, just taking it to the next step, not every estimate closes when I'm out there, despite how charming I might try to be. And so the system will send on, basis that we can schedule to send up follow-up emails. So we usually send 3 follow-up emails, like a week after, 2 weeks after, 3 weeks after, to just try and prompt the person to call back and schedule the work if they haven't done so. And that all happens automatically. So it's a nice way for us to follow up, and it definitely results in us scheduling some of those estimates that people might, have taken the time to have us come out, but maybe it's not the highest priority on their list. It reminds them that it's out there. And so it definitely results in us getting some additional work. Just because we follow up, because I've done this with some of my competitors, had them come into friends' houses to do estimates, and I had 3 people come in, only one followed up, and they only followed up once. So I know that that's just another step for us to help distinguish us, because it certainly shows that we care, but it also obviously results in us getting some more business than we might otherwise.
That's great, right? So it's an overall improvement for everyone, and it sounds like be focused on customer-centric technology not only serves you, but it also serves the clients better. So that's great to hear. So Ron, I appreciate being on and sharing all this with everybody. Why don't you share with everybody how they can find you and information about your business, and for all the listeners or watchers, don't worry if you don't catch this, you can.
Sure. Well, one of the best ways and a way to see some of our work is at our website, which I have a local version of a website. We have a corporate site as well, which is thegroutmedic.com. But if you go to groutguy.com, that's our website. And we're the Grout Medic of West, Southwest Chicago. So we service the West, Southwest, South suburbs of Chicago. And that, as I said, has some background information on the company, the types of services we provide, and some great before and after pictures of some of the work we've done. That has our contact information on it, and it also has a way you can just fill out a very simple form, and we'll receive that, and then we'll contact you to schedule a free in-home estimate. We like to come out and take a look at every project that we quote on, so that we can make sure that we understand exactly what's involved, the materials that are going to be necessary, and be able to explain, in person what it is we can do to help our customers. So that's the best way. But, our phone number is 844-44-GROUT, and that'll get you into our call center. And that's another way to schedule a free estimate with us, to have us come out and take a look at whatever project you might have.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot, Ron. This is a great conversation, a really interesting conversation with me around this technology. So I thank you for being on again. And everybody, I thank you for tuning in to this most recent episode of the Seize Your Business podcast. My name is Bryan McDonald from OnPurpos Growth. And at OnPurpos Growth, we help people grow their revenue. So if you're looking at ways to improve your sales process, improve your sales team, please reach out to us, and happy to have a conversation. And all my contact information will be placed on the video and on the audios too as well. So thanks and take care.
Thanks so much for watching our video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Click the subscribe button for new videos every week, and download and review us on iTunes. Visit learn-about-law.com for other legal-related articles and videos. Visit our business podcast and video blog, seizeyourbusiness.com, and visit Making Real Estate Fun for real estate videos and podcasts. Call us at 630-324-6666 for a free consultation.